Why is marine life important? With every breath you take, thank the ocean. You breathe because you need oxygen to survive. A gas which makes up with 21% of Earth's atmosphere. All that oxygen needs to come from somewhere, right? I think you might already know that it comes from photosynthetic organisms like plants with the process of photosynthesis. But did you know most oxygen that you breathe come from the organisms and animals from the ocean? That's right. More than half of the oxygen that you breathe come from marine photosynthesis, like phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is a microalgae organism that thrive along coastlines and which are similar to terrestrial plants that contain chlorophyll and require sunlight in order to live and grow. When the whales and dolphins return to the surface to breathe, these animals fertilize tiny marine plants in the ocean called phytoplankton, as I mentioned below. The chlorophyll which is contained with them is to capture sunlight and use photosynthesis to convert it into energy that they need, and thus producing oxygen as a byproduct. With this, they also consume carbon dioxide. Phytoplankton every year absorb 4 times the amount of carbon dioxide than the Amazon rainforest does, and they generate onto 85% of the oxygen that we breathe. So, in the world concerned with climate change and carbon, so protecting these animals meant protecting the whole world. More than 90% of the warming that has happened on Earth over past 50 years has occurred in the ocean. As the research states that the points I believe in, the ocean is really incredible, as the ocean absorbs huge amount of heat from the sun. The research also states that the heat there tends to be at its most nearer to the equator, with the water nearest to the surface warming the most. The sea currents and then transports the heat around the whole world. As some of the water evaporates, it becomes more denser and more heavier due to its relatively high salt content, which causes it to sink by taking some of the warm water more deeper. Interesting, right? The marine biodiversity is vast, beautiful, and incredible. The ocean is also home to an abundance of life. What's the number of species which live in the sea? Well, no one knows the absolute number of what it is due to the vastness of the ocean, which covers 70% of the planet's surface. The number of creatures living in the sea could easily run into millions. Oceans are important source of food. Oceans provide vital renewable energy. Oceans regulate our climate. Oceans provide oxygen. Oceans affect our weather in a positive way. Oceans influence our health and well-being, and many more. Without oceans, we are nothing.